Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hi guys, this is podcast 129. Today we don't have many things to discuss about, it's just a really relaxed podcast. First of all, before we start, the course is still on sale until the end of the month. Most likely after that it will be it still won't be a full price. I will sell it with a coupon for minus 500, but from the start of the next year most likely. So go grab it. It's the best price that you will get. After the next year, you will get it 250 higher. You all know the course, you can see the reviews, it has 0 refunds, everybody loves it, and I'm keep adding stuff always inside, and I will keep add stuff, and I have several videos that they are not there yet. Also there's a section with comments that I'm answering everything so that people can take the best that they can out of this course. And by the way, I call it the best meta ads course in the world because I believe it is, and I'm gonna try to always have it super updated for that reason. Secondly, we have the membership here. You can just have access to 68 videos, very budget friendly way with $20. Take it for 1 month, watch all of the content, then stop if you want. Just like this, you're going to be able to have access to so much information and become better with a really budget-friendly way. I think it's the most cost-efficient way for you to get access. And then we have my free videos on YouTube, more than 1,000 videos that you can watch, plus 129 podcasts, the free part, if you are on budget. Today we're going to discuss about the new thing that Meta is doing, opening the AI enhancements, just turning them on without asking, of course. The reason and the documentation that we have from them, if it's resetting the campaigns and all of that. Before we do that, let's discuss a little bit about the results. The results that we do have the previous 2 weeks, they're very good. I'm scaling ad accounts right now before the Black Friday. I'm going to start with some people on the 14th and with some people on the 17th, early Black Friday access ads, and I'm going to do with some other brands the week of Black Friday. We will start on Monday, but it's gonna be, as I told you, this year I wanna have fun on Black Friday, and I have good accounts, I'm going to scale a lot, I have good students, and on the week of the Black Friday we're not going to have a podcast because I want to have full attention to what I'm doing. And by the way, you're not going to benefit anyway if you see a video, if you see a podcast on the Black Friday week. All you have to do is that you have to be on your ad account and working on your ad account. So very good results overall. I'm scaling, I'm seeing very good results across accounts. Much better from the previous year that we were having the elections and all of that, and we had issues with that, having worse results. It's looking very good, and I hope that it's going to be a very good Black Friday period. Now, I know that you have seen this message, some of you, in the other accounts, that Meta has automatically turned on this or that. Based on that, I was always wondering if this is going to reset my campaigns. First of all, if when Meta is doing it, it's going to reset it, and if I change it again, if it's going to reset it. So I did send a message, not me, my friend. So it says here, I'd like to reassure you that when Meta applies these enhancements to an ad account, it typically does not reset the optimization or learning phase of your ads. Most of these changes, such as audience expansion, creative adjustments, or budget refinements, are considered minor details, which means your ads continue optimizing without disruption. So this is what they say. Unless the enhancement involves a major structural change, for me, for example, when they change the call to action button, It is a structural change, like replacing creatives or significantly altering targeting. Your ad delivery and learning remain stable and uninterrupted. Do you know what I believe? I believe again it's an answer without them understanding what they're talking about. But anyway, how am I going to change my targeting from AI enhancements? I think it's again just a general reply. In short, your ads will keep learning and improving just as they were before the enhancement was applied. There's no reset to worry about. If anything else comes up, blah, blah. And let's see the other message over here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to read this. It says, Hi, Jonathan, again, because it's a message from my friend that he is asking, the rep. Thank you for your thoughtful follow-up. I completely understand why this point feels a little confusing, and I'd be glad to clarify. Basically, we're asking if it's going to reset the campaigns, and basically if we touch it, if it's going to reset. And I know that a lot of you want to know what's going to happen, and then we're going to analyze why Meta is doing that. When Meta applies automatic enhancements, the original post ID remains the same. Your enhancement comments and insights continue to be tied to that post, so you don't lose any of the history of tracking. When you manually apply certain enhancements, for example, adding overlays or making creative edits yourself, Meta generates a new ad creative. In those cases, the enhanced version is treated as separate from the original post, which is why the comments don't carry over. The original post and enhancement remain intact, but the new creative starts fresh. So in summary, automatic enhancements, post ID stays the same, manual enhancements, a new creative in general, so you have a new post ID. So we do know basically based on that, it says this discussion ensures that your original engagement is always preserved while giving you flexibility to optimize ads when you choose to apply enhancements yourself. I don't see anything like this. Where's the flexibility? It's going to reset it. There's no flexibility. Please let me know if you blah blah see this and that. And of course I will hide below all the rest because we don't want to know the Meta rep's name and all of that. Now, let me tell you the way that I see it. The way that I see it is that when Meta is going to apply this, it says that it's not going to reset it, but if you try to remove it, it's going to reset it. Is it a blackmail? It is. In my opinion, it is a blackmail. So why are they fixated so much with this? They are fixated so much because, by the way, it would be funny to see later on in a survey, for example, or in any documentation from Meta saying that 90% of the people are using AI enhancements while Meta is actually doing it like imposing it in that way. So they are trying more and more with AI enhancements. Since they had the AI enhancements, we have more and more push on do it all the time. And the reason is that they want to train the algorithm. The more they're going to use these AI enhancements, the more the algorithm is going to get better, the more it's going to understand and do better changes, the more. So in order for them to do it, they want you to keep using them. So they're trying to, so you make a small change on the ad, everything is activated again. You remove everything, they find another way on the advertisement settings to add it. Now they're going to impose it and they're just going to activate it, blackmailing you, because if you go and change it again, basically you're going to reset your ads or maybe lose all of your comments. All of these kind of things are a little bit cheap on their side to use the AI enhancements. I'm still trying not to use them. Not because I don't want to help them, it's because these AI enhancements are doing very stupid things. You remember the previous podcast that we were discussing about about True Classic and how it has changed the image and all of that, and I have my own experiences. They just create problems all the time, again. Meta wants you to use them because they want to train the algorithm, but it's nothing crazy or anything good. I just use relevant comments. There are some good AI enhancements about the products from the catalog that they can appear below your product. Some call to action, for example, is bad. Music. I have seen ads with some stupid music that makes no sense. And a lot of other things that they create some really strange ads. That's it. What am I going to do? In my strong ad accounts, even if they change it, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna remove them. In my weakest ad accounts, I will have to leave them because I would be afraid. If I have a post ID which is strong or running for a long period and they do it, I will just have to leave it unless if we have a problem. So it is what it is. And what can you do about it? But at the end of the day, I just wanted you to know what Meta says about it and what I believe and what am I going to do. That's all. There's a lot of work involved for Black Friday right now. You have all of my strategies and everything already. I have done videos and podcasts about it, but my work doesn't stop. So the podcasts are going to be smaller, and the week of the Black Friday, we're not going to have a podcast because, as I said, I want to focus and scale all the brands. Let's go to the questions that we have for today. Hi there. When you mention excluding past customers, you mean excluding as a custom audience purchase? On the ad set level. Don't know, this was a bad thing to do. If so, I think that that's why I've killed the campaigns. You didn't kill the campaigns. When you have done it, you have seen lower ROAS, which makes sense because basically you're trying to get only new clients. The concept behind that is that, in my opinion, so let's take it a little bit back so that you can understand why it's bad. After iOS, we have a problem with data, as I said several times, repeating myself, that we have less people sending data back to the platform and we can target less people. But the biggest issue is that we don't have so many people sending data back to the platform for optimization. Meta is a platform that is working with a lot of data for optimization. So when you remove the data, you have worse results. This is why you see people tell you we were doing pretty well before the iOS, and then after iOS everything got destroyed. Is because you're optimizing with less data. It's not because something else has changed. And of course, every year the advertisement cost is going to be higher and higher, but still, if we had more data, we would have better results inside the platform. So in order for Meta to combat this, because they had a huge problem, they started doing retargeting audiences inside the cold traffic. So we started doing on our own retargeting, and we didn't have anymore the bottom of funnel, middle of funnel. We just have top of funnel, and we take all retargeting sales there. This has created though another problem because you're fixing something, another problem comes and all of that. And I have realized this with a person recently that he wanted, here in the city that I live, a friend wanted to do something with Facebook ads and stuff. And I have realized that I talk with people that they know the ads manager and all of that. And when you try to explain all of this to someone who doesn't know anything, it's overwhelming. And it's crazy big on how many things it has, different, from catalogs to business settings to commerce center to all of this kind of stuff that we have learned all these years by just doing them. Then I see a person that knows nothing and goes inside and it looks like it's a huge thing to learn. So the thing is that they never wanted this to be complex, but it became super complex of the things that they kept adding and piling up. So eventually we are having a situation right now that it's retargeting so much, especially when you have repeated customers is using it, and then people started crying about crying. It's their money. I'm not gonna use the word crying. They started complaining about the fact that the new client acquisition cost has risen. So Meta now is trying to do things like the incremental attribution, which is another thing for them to try to give you new customers and all of that. I will tell you a little bit about it. But all of this is happening because of the mess that was created because of that. They tried to fix a problem, they created another one. So everybody now talks about, except from Andromeda, let's leave it on the side, everybody talks about the new client acquisition. And this is where they are focusing because they can see that Meta cannibalizes, especially for brands that they are having a very loyal customer base and they do it for years and years and years. I can see over there that sometimes in some campaigns, Meta is doing 50% retargeting. And it's an issue. It's an issue. So they try to put the incremental attribution, They try to put the first conversion thing. They try to put things like that in order to fix it. For me, the incremental attribution could work in the same way that we could use the value optimization, for example, and we can have a 20 or maybe 10 to 20% of our budget be used like this to get new clients. I prefer it instead of excluding past customers in one campaign. Let's use the incremental attribution on that side. The other thing that I would like to say about this is that, of course, when you're going to run with exclusions, you're going to see worse results. The discussion here is, are you going to get better new client acquisition cost? In my opinion, no, and from my tests, no. I have seen companies that they started excluding past customers. Of course, there are always exclusions, and there are brands, for example, that they will have to exclude. On my course, for example, do I exclude past customers? The answer is no. There are many people that they are commenting below on my course that they have seen the course and they liked it and stuff. So I'm not excluding past customers. There are companies that will have to exclude because of the way that their funnel is working. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you're having repeated customers, let's say you're a clothing brand and you have repeated customers all the time, there's no point for you to put excluded. You can do your incremental attribution with some campaigns just to get new clients, but that's it. When you're doing exclusion, you're not getting better cost of new client acquisition, but you're getting worse. Why? Because you're optimizing with less data. Even if you know that Facebook is stealing all of this data inside the campaign and stealing from mail and other places, you have to be okay with that. Now, not okay in a way that you're going to interpret the 3 rows that you get, for example, and say that this is amazing. Not in this way. But in the way that you're going to say that, okay, I'm seeing 3 rows, in reality I'm getting X amount of rows, for example, or with this setup I'm getting this actual cost per new client cost per acquisition, and all of that. So, theory, and what is happening inside the platform and how the platform works. In theory, you can exclude past customers because you want to get new clients. But here, in the way that the platform works, it's going to hurt you because you are missing data from the optimization. And since you're missing data from the optimization, you're going to have worse results and your ads are going to optimize with less data, which means that they're not going to do better. This is why you got worse results. I hope that all of this big monologue has explained it to you. Love your content, bro. Always find helpful to the marketeers, and your daily explanations help us to keep updated. Love your energy and take knowledge in it. Always will be grateful to you. Thank you, bro. Keep grinding. God bless you. Thanks, man. Thank you guys for the good comments. For you, it's just 1 minute to post this. But just so you know, for a person that is doing content and all of that, and it's not about always hearing good things, but let me tell you that it's important to hear that I'm in a good direction, that you like the content and all of that. It's a reward, you know. And thank you very much for taking the time to do that. Guys, that's all. That's the podcast for today. I'm going to go back to my working on Black Friday ads and strategy, and I will see you on the next one, which is next week. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.